What is going on, guys? DBG here. In this video, we are going to be doing another one of the Rate My Squad videos. So again, if you guys want to send me in your squads to be rated, just tweet me with hashtag #RateMyTeam. So anyway, this is episode, I think, number 12 of this series. We've done a lot of these. So yeah, it's kind of crazy again that we are still doing more of these videos. And you guys are still sending squads. But again, it is good because pretty much every week there's a whole bunch of new cards that come in. And I can more accurately rate the squad, because a week, like a 10 out of 10 squad from 3 weeks ago isn't a 10 out of 10 squad anymore. So this squad right here. So you got 110k, and I know you have 285k, but it's good that you are keeping a little bit of MT. It is always good to be smart with your MT. Just be economically sound with it rather than spending it all now, especially because of the fact that cards keep depreciating in value. Because very few cards are locking in for sets. With moments cards especially, because there is no sets, they're going to depreciate in value a ton. So you should definitely keep your team as cheap as possible now. I understand cards to lock in, so guys like D Brown might eventually go up. Some in moments of the week cards might go up, but the actual moments cards are going to depreciate in value massively. So definitely good to keep a little bit of MT. But okay, so your point guard position, first of all, Evo D Brown, because as a Ruby he is not spectacular, but you need him. Trust me, you need him at an Amethyst. Dennis Smith Jr. can play offense, cannot play defense. Buddy Hield, I love Buddy Hield. I love that card, but come on, if you're keeping a team this cheap, he may not be the best card, especially because he's gone up in price. He's around 30k MT. So what I would do is sell him. And I honestly think by this time next week, we're going to get another very similar card to Buddy Hield, but significantly cheaper. Like someone like a Terrence Davis will like the fact that Terrence Davis came out yesterday. I'm not advising you to buy him because I think he's a little bit he's not overpriced, but I think that he's kind of assigned as the beginning of the end, and that we're going to be getting a lot of really overpowered cards. So pretty much he is, I think, again, going to be a sign of what things are to come in the game. So Buddy Hield, I would sell him and replace him with just even someone basic, someone like Landry Fields, Evo him up to Ruby. Even though Hield is better, he's not enough better than Fields that I would advise you to, you'll 30k profit off it as well. Mike Porter Jr. plays no defense at all. Giannis plays no offense. Really, this Giannis doesn't really play offense. Miles Turner is fine. Your bench, you've got no range extender players, and you've got a really slow front court of Zach Randolph and Mirasan. Like, look, you're going to need a lot of changes to be made in this squad, so I would advise you to watch. I'm probably going to make a budget squad builder video at the weekend. It's Wednesday now, so just wait a couple of days, and I will make a budget squad builder. I'd advise you to watch that and take a few tips from that video, because as for real, there's too many players to switch to go over. Otherwise, I'd be waiting way too long, and I think I'm 3 minutes on this team. So, 4 out of 10. So, this team right here, mostly driving kicks, willing to sell everyone but Kobe, which is fair. 200k budget, need help with a new center. Sell Wilt Chamberlain as soon as possible. Sell him. Trust me, he is not worth any MT, and they will 100% release super packs at some stage. I don't know how long it'll be. He might go up in price, but at some stage he's going to be way cheaper than he is now. In terms of your team, I like the fact that you have Lin as one of your last year off the bench, the shooting point guard. And at the center position, honestly, Marc Gasol is a great player to use, and he's not going to cost too much, especially if you sell Wilt. You're going to make a huge profit and get an upgrade in Gasol. And then, you're not actually, you cannot get much better than a Miles Turner for cheap. Honestly, Miles Turner is probably better than Kareem. For less than 40k, you cannot get much better than guys like Miles Turner or Andrea Bargnani. So I'd say they're probably the best players to run with, because the good centers are all really expensive, and it's just not worth it, because there's going to be cheap cards soon. I don't know what Porzingis is, but I wouldn't consider Porzingis to be really worth it. So I'd just say sell Wilt Chamberlain and buy Miles Turner, Bargnani, and Marc Gasol, and run that 3-man center rotation. You'll be fine. This team overall, though, I really like Brandon Roy, really like T-Mac, Giannis. Your 1 to 3 is great. Your 1 to 4 is great in your starting 5. Your 1 to 3 is great in your bench. Not the biggest fan of Blake Griffin, but he is a good card. I'm going to give this a 7.5 Probably not an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Really good squad. Okay, so like to 5 out pretty much any of my perimeter players and Giannis and run the fast break 150k budget. Okay, so you've got clamped up pretty good. Well, 1 to 4. I'm not a fan of Blake Griffin. I honestly don't think it's the worst idea in the world to... I assume Lillard is floor general and you've got a coach that gives Oladipo plus 4 ball control. I don't think it's the worst idea in the world to push Oladipo in your starting lineup, Brandon Roy to the 3, and Lamar Odom to the 4. I think that could be pretty good, and I think that'll be a lot more effective. I think Odom's a lot more effective than Blake Griffin. Your bench, I'm not a fan of Stoudemire, but again, if it works, it works. And yeah, actually keeping Oladipo at the end of the bench because of J.R. Smith's stamina. The team's pretty good. I think your team is pretty good. It's structured well. You got shooters everywhere. I don't like Clyde. Honestly, I'd replace Clyde with even a Landry Fields Evo, and he's better. But it's not a bad team. It's a really good team. I'm gonna say, I don't think I can rate this. It's gonna be an 8 to an 8.5 out of 10. Good, really good squad. I don't really advise you to spend too much MT, honestly. Like, you're fine pushing all those players up one position. I think will make the team better. I think getting Marcus, or you have Brook Lopez and he's pretty good. But if you like Amari, you like Amari. I think even a Miles Turner type player on your bench instead of Amari might be a bit more effective. But again, your choice. But yeah, for me anyway, it's probably like an 8 to an 8.5. Good squad, like really good squad. I'd be very confident using this squad, running with it. But I think you can make a few changes while not even spending minimal MT to make it that little bit better. Okay, so when a lot of two-way shooters, I'm guessing you mean two-way players, because there's not like one way is like defense, so not really defensive shooters like. I'm looking to upgrade backup shooting guard, and I feel like there's something wrong with my team, but I don't know what it is. Have around 14k MT to spend. Okay, so you've got, first of all, put Zion as your small forward off the bench and start Antoine Walker at the 4. Zion is too small to play at the 4. I'm telling you that right now. You've got no rim protection whatsoever on your bench with Vucevic. Good player, no rim protection. Sell Vucevic because you can get a fair bit of MT for him. Buy Miles Turner or buy Bargnani. Bargnani's just a much better Vucevic, and Miles Turner is going to protect the rim better. Norman Powell's fine. Exum's fine is at the end of your bench. Your bench covers all 5 positions. That's fine. Amon Shumpert, Landry Fields is a really good player to put in. And if you have a bit of MT, you have around 14k. So I'm not going to suggest anything crazy. So Landry Fields is probably the best player. And I would also start Landry. I might start Jeremy Lin instead of Kyle Lowry. And the reason for that is a backcourt of a 6'3" Marcus Smart and a 6 foot tall Kyle, or 6'1" Kyle Lowry is really small. And at least if you're running Lin with Smart, you're running 2 6'3" players, so it's a little bit better. And then on your bench, you're running small Kyle Lowry with a taller Landry Fields. This team right here, though, your starting lineup is, like, if you start Antoine Walker there, that's a solid like 8 out of 10 starting lineup. However, the way the team's structured, I can't give this team more than like a 6.5, but it has the makings of a good team, and you don't need to make many changes, but a few, and this could be a very, very good team. Okay, so a lot of pick and pop / fades and driving kicks. If Keith Van Horn is getting burnt, I move him to the bench and move Siakam starting at 3. Van Horn shouldn't be burnt though. He's got length and he's got clamps. Okay, Siakam, Lamar at the 4, Van Horn at the 3, and 45k budget. Okay, so you prefer to not use the budget at all. Okay, so Baron Davis good, Eddie Johnson good, Fields good, Van Horn good, Moses Malone. Obviously, if you've got Moses Malone, you can play if you won 12 games in a row. Your point guard position is perfect. Davis, Lin, and D Brown is a great rotation. Hunter, he plays defense, so I'm not going to complain about that. LaFrance shoots the ball, and so does Bargnani. Honestly, I think Yeah, I think what you said at the start is a good idea. To start with Pascal Siakam at the 4, and then put Van Horn at the 3 off the bench with Lamar Odom at the 4. Or even start Lamar Odom at the 4 and move Van Horn onto the bench. And either way, like, that is probably a smarter decision than going with the starting 5. The starting 5, like, I know your starting 5 and bench are very, very evenly matched, and I'm an advocate for that. I think it's a really good idea. But the problem is that the starting 5 doesn't really have any go-to scorers. Because Landry Fields, until he goes up to an Amethyst, isn't really a go-to scorer. Van Horn's a great shooter, not a go-to scorer. Baron Davis is an unreliable go-to scorer. Henny Johnson is not really a go-to scorer either. And Malone's pretty good. So, like, even swapping Fields with Lamar Odom and then putting Van Horn at the 3 and Odom at the 4. Just having Lamar Odom there makes the starting lineup a whole lot better, and it doesn't nullify the bench much because, let's be real, on your bench you've got pick and pop, an insane pick and pop playing Bargnani. You've also got Terrence Davis, who's a threat going to the basket and from really deep. So you're kind of wasting Lamar Odom in that bench lineup. And I'm not saying waste him on the bench, you're wasting him in that particular lineup. I'd probably start him. But this team, this is probably for how little MT this team actually costs. Like, you're looking at free Baron Davis, free Jeremy Lin, 1k MTD Brown, 5k for Bargnani, 20k for him, 70k, probably like 120, 30, like probably about 130-ish KMT. For this price, this is like a 10 out of 10 squad for its price. Overall, just because of how cheap the squad is, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Like, there are definitely better squads that I've given lower ratings, but those squads cost significantly more than how cheap this squad is. So, value-wise, 10 out of 10, overall, probably 8 out of 10. So, evens out at 9. Okay, I do a lot of driving, kickouts, and picks, like to shoot bigs, 100k budget, and willing to sell anyone. First of all, do not sell Kobe. I could not care less what price he is. Keep Kobe for the year. Unless, obviously, another Kobe comes out. You know what? Your starting lineup is like a 9.5 out of 10. I like that starting lineup. I 100% would not tell you to switch any of that starting lineup. Your bench lineup, I like Lowry, I like Granger. I don't mind Zion, not the biggest fan of him. I don't mind Blake Griffin. I don't think the two of them together work well. And Dwight Howard, Miles Turner's way better than Dwight Howard. Bargnani as well. Like, I know I keep saying the same players, but it's like Dwight Howard doesn't do anything, especially at that tier. He barely does anything. Maybe rebound better than Miles Turner. Miles Turner can shoot the ball and spread the floor as well. And again, considering the fact you say you like to shoot your bigs, Miles Turner or Bargnani are the perfect player. And I think maybe if you have the 100k budget, maybe throw in Terrence Davis and swap him for Danny Granger. Or not swap him for Danny Granger. And swap Danny Granger to the 3 for Zion. And yeah, this is not a bad team. 7.5 out of 10 maybe, because the bench I think is kind of weak. But overall, starting lineup's great, bench is weak, so let's call it 7.5. So, run 3-point plays, drive and kick, and 5 out occasionally. Focus on defense, most importantly. Main scorers are Murray, Roy, Lin, and Giannis. Yeah, Lin and Giannis. Okay, so first of all, if you say focus on defense, Yao Ming's not a great defensive card, and Nikola Jokic definitely isn't. So if you want to focus on defense, Yao's a rim protector, that's fine. There is no point using Jokic. I like the other 4 players in your starting 5 though. I like Marbury, Roy, Odom, and Millsap. I think they're all really good cards. I also like your 1 to 4 on your bench of Giannis, Ryder, Lin, and that's a 95 Lin, which is pretty good, and Jason Tatum. I think it's pretty good that Richard Jefferson is there as well. You've got Lopez, who plays no defense, but he shoots the ball. The exact same with Jokic and Reggie Lewis. So, I'd personally, as much as I like Millsap, I would actually start Odom at the 4 and Richard Jefferson at the 3. But I don't think like that's much of an upgrade. And if you prefer running Millsap there, that is fine. I'm not going to use that as a suggestion, but if it was me, that was what I'd run. Giannis fine there. Honestly, I'd replace Brook Lopez. And if you want defense the most, and the fact that I've literally suggested this guy to half of the teams, I probably put his price up by 10k in this video. Miles Turner. Like, You've got an elite shot blocking, jump shooting big, or even a Marc Gasol. Someone like that. But not Jokic. Jokic and Brook, fine. If you want, keep one of them in the squad. Both range extender shooters, both can shoot the ball. Problem is that neither of them can play defense. Lopez is an alright rim protector, but he's got 25 lateral quickness, and Jokic just straight up can't play defense. So, yeah, if you want defense, they are not the players to use. Okay. I like to do pick and pops / rolls and drive and kicks. Have around 100k off people in my auction house trying to evo Jeremy. I'm guessing that's Gasol, Walker, and Waiters. So, fair play on the evo Dwight Howard. That takes a lot of work. Okay, so starting lineup, I like Lynn. It's a good starting lineup. I'm not a fan of Dwight, but obviously if you evo him all the way up, you probably want to use him. This is a nice team. You know what? I'd try to evo Waiters up. Trust me. Like, Waiters becomes an absolute god when he's evoed up. Like, better than Lynn, I think. Thing is, Arenas is fantastic. I'd evo up Walker before I'd evo up Gasol, to be honest. And yeah, this is probably this is good, like, especially because you've got a shooting big in your last three. So if Dwight's struggling, you can put in a shooting big. This is a pushing 9 point. This is a 8.5 to 9 out of 10. I'm gonna probably go closer to 9 out of 10. This is a really good squad right here. Really good squad. Okay. Willing to sell some players, run the fast break, and a lot of 3-point plays. Please, some tips. Okay, so first of all, I don't think Paul George is great value. I don't know what price he is, but I'm pretty sure he's still hovering around the 100k mark. And I think Granger is the better Paul George. So if Granger's cheaper, just replace him with Granger. Tatum's fine. Walker's fine. Embiid's fine. Lynn's fine. Get rid of James Worthy. Trust me, unless you're trying to get Giannis, get rid of James Worthy. If you're trying to get Giannis, ignore what I've said. But Worthy is he's just bang average. He's not an incredible post player, not an incredible release, not incredibly fast. Just bang average. I don't think he's in any way at all worth picking up. And especially because his price ridiculous. If you replace James Worthy with Landry Fields, you have saved over 100k MT, and you will not notice a difference. I don't particularly like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. However, I would suggest to replace him with like a range center player, but you already have one in them, Marcus Smart. So again, if he's struggling, you put in Smart, so that's fine. Randolph is not a great third center or power forward option. Looks not the biggest deal in the world. This is in terms of value wise, this is one where it's probably like a 8 out of 10 to 8.5 out of 10 team in terms of ability, but value wise like a 6 out of 10. So it's going to be like 7.5 maybe. Yeah, or 7. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Give it a 7 out of 10 because these two guys, Paul George and Worthy, you can make significant upgrades while saving a significant amount of MT. So yeah, I can't give it much higher than that. And even the fact Marcus Smart is not as good, in my opinion, as Terrence Davis. And Terrence Davis is around the same price, I think. Okay, so like to shoot and drive. I like some of my players with clamps. Please rate MyTEAM. Okay, so undersized. I'm saying that for one. You've got Kirilenko. Like, you're undersized the 1. Then you're undersized the 5 for your starting lineup. Your last 3 off the bench all suck. Like, they're terrible. They are terrible cards. Just, I'd rather see bronzes than see those 3 cards, to be honest. So, Walt Frazier is kind of good at everything except shooting the ball. However, I just don't think he's worth picking up. I'd honestly would sell Walt Frazier and just slot in one of Donovan Mitchell or Marcus Smart into your starting point guard. I think running 4 point, like, I know Smart and Mitchell are 2 guards, but they're really point guards. They're 6'3". I don't think running 4 point guards is smart in this game. So pick whichever 2 are your favorite between Lynn, or keep Lynn. First of all, Evo Lynn up. He's not good until he gets to diamond. Pick one of Walt Frazier, Mitchell, and actually no, pick 2 of Walt Frazier, Mitchell, and Smart. Use one of them as your starting point guard and one of them as your last 3 off the bench, and get rid of the 3rd. Put in if you've got a bit of MT to work with. So like, actually no, if you sell off Frazier, put Donovan Mitchell starting at the 1, and Marcus Smart is one of your last year at the bench, you can go and get Landry Fields and you can go and get Danny Granger, and that's a significant upgrade in your 1-2 position, just height wise, and you've also saved a little bit of MT. Hito Turkoglu's fine. Move DeAndre Ayton to the 5, trust me, and buy Antoine Walker, and you should have enough MT for that. Andre Drummond's not very good, and then Kurolenko, Josh Smith, and Gasol is fine for your bench. This team is like considering it can be hit by bully ball, probably like a 7 out of 10. But again, 7 out of 10 is more than usable. Anyway, that is the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.